What is up, you guys, and thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace a Hydroboost unit in the Duramax. Real quick, I do want to go over a few of the symptoms for a Hydroboost failing. Is number one, braking. I've noticed that the braking distance is a lot longer than it has been in the past. I have to brake way sooner. Also, I have to put a lot more pressure on it, and then when we're sitting there at an idle, if I don't put it in neutral, it tries to push me through the intersection, so I have to like stand on the brakes literally, or it'll push you through the intersection. Number two, steering's become a lot heavier. I've noticed that as well. And then also leaking. I thought it was just a line, so I replaced one of the lines. It was leaking, so that needed to be done, but I've noticed that I've continued to leak fluid. I've been just pumping it full of power steering fluid, and I got underneath it and noticed that where the Hydroboost meets the brake reservoir, it's been leaking in between. And also right inside the cab, right where the firewall is, it's been leaking into the cab a little bit. So I went ahead, ordered a Hydroboost, and we're gonna go ahead and be replacing that, like I said. I also want to apologize real quick for the heater fan. It's got to be on right now. Hopefully it'll shut off soon enough. I do apologize though. Okay, so I tried getting us the best angle possible. I hope this helped. What we want to do is start off with removing these two 18mm nuts. There's one right here and one on the back side. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but when you're in it, you'll be able to see. Now that's just holding the reservoir on. Once we get those undone, we can move it forward and hopefully be able to get the Hydroboost out. Start off with the front one. There we go. And then we'll go underneath the hard lines right there on the back side. Oi! Those are on there. Hit it with some power because I'm lazy. Try not to lose the nut. There's one. And two. Now I'm going to remove the little sensor on the side of the brake reservoir just so that we can move it forward without any issues. It's zip tied all back here and I don't want it to get caught up. And we just pull it forward as I drop my socket. There we go. Now you can get a better look at it. Yeah, she's leaking like crazy. This is definitely the issue. Dang. It's a little hard to see down in there, but yeah, she's definitely leaking. Once we get it pulled out, we can get a better look at it. And also, by 18mm nuts, I meant 17. Now we can move on to removing both the hard lines. There's one here and then one back here, and then we've got a rubber line, but that's just being held on by a hose clamp. This is the line that I replaced a while back. I do think that this made the Hydroboost leak even more because this was leaking at the top. And I think after replacing that, it just added more pressure and blew out the seal even more. But what we're gonna do is take this 18mm, get it on there, break it free, everything in the way. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that out completely yet. And then back here is a 16mm. Again, I do apologize for the bad angle. There we go. Tried tightening it at first. Pushing it from the back's easier. There we go. Now I can loosen it with my fingers. Apologize for my arm being in the way. It's just hard working in this little corner over here. Okay, I got that free. I'm just gonna take a flathead and remove this hose clamp. Once we install it, we're gonna go ahead and leave this line off for a little bit because we gotta clean out the system, which it should be mostly clean because I've been pumping it full of power steering fluid a lot lately. Just everything's in the way. That was awesome. There we go. Oh yeah, just leaking. All the lines are disconnected now. We just need to go in the cab and remove all the bolts that are connecting it to the inner side of the firewall. Okay, again, I apologize for the poor angle and not so good lighting, but right up here you guys can see there's a bolt that's actually going into the clip. I haven't seen that before, but there should just be a clip. Focus. Oh, there we go. It should just be a clip right there that pops off, but I'm gonna have to get that bolt out, then pop the clip off. Then we've just got these four right here, these four nuts that we need to get out, and then we can pull the Hydroboost from the firewall. So I did try to get you guys a good angle. I just didn't have any usable footage, so I ended up getting the clip off. There was this 10mm bolt that pops right out, and then you can pop the clip right off. I will get in there and show you guys real quick. So there's the four bolts that were removed, holding the unit in. Here's the brake sensor right there, over the plunger onto the brake pedal, and then the clip is holding these on together. And then right up under here you can see everything is broke free, good to go. Honestly, wasn't too bad. Okay, that last part I did lie a little bit. You are gonna have to lay at a bit of a weird angle. My back! Let's go ahead and get this thing out. Okay, let's see how well this goes. sure all the lines are out of the way. Whoa. That line over there. Alright. There we go. And bam, she's out. I apologize, it's on the floor. I don't really have any bench space, so hopefully you guys can see. Right here is where everything was just running out. This is the bottom side and just leaking everywhere. And then right here, you can kind of see, you can see it better in the cab, but this is where it was just running into the cab. So yeah, this thing's toast. I am thinking about keeping this though. I can either rebuild it as a spare for the Duramax or convert the Cat Eye over to a Hydroboost setup. But that'll be like a future video. I may actually do that. Either way, I'm probably gonna rebuild it because I can't return it for a core charge now because I think it's been past, I can't remember how long it was, but I know it's been past the amount of time to return it. So it's mine and I'm gonna rebuild it. And I know I didn't mention this yet, but I did go with a Cardone. This is a remanufactured one. I haven't really had any issues with this brand. I haven't had any issues with them at all, so I feel confident buying this one. And then I did buy EV axles through Cardone as well. These are brand new. This is remanufactured. So I'll be installing these on the Duramax here in a little bit as well. Okay guys, real quick, I did not realize that the new unit does not come with this retainer right here or the plunger, so we're gonna have to pillage this from the old unit right here. So basically we're just gonna push it in to one side, have it release like that, pull the spring, and pull the plunger out. Then we'll just put this in the new unit and we're good to go. Got it loaded up in the new unit. Everything's good to go. It's just like the old one, just less greasy. Let's get it installed. Let's get this bad boy installed. I left all the caps and plug on just so that we don't get any dirt in the new unit during this very clean install. I can't wait to clean this engine bay. This spring is going down. Oh, helps if I have it facing the right way. There we go. Bam! Okay. Hold it into place right there. I'm gonna go on the back side, get those bolts on, and get the clips and everything onto the brake pedal. Okay, just wanted to show you guys everything's put back together. The clip with the bolts in there. Focus. As you guys can see right there, we got all 4 bolts holding the Hydroboost in. Now I just want to get the reservoir mounted back up properly. There we go. And then we'll worry about the lines. Then after we install the lines, I'll show you guys how to clean, it's not really bleeding the system, but how to clean the system out. Take our nuts. Okay, they're on there real tight. Clean the tip of the line. Pop that cap out. This part is always sketchy because that fitting's such soft aluminum. I don't want to strip it. The light's kind of hurting more than helping right now. And there we go. Don't want to go too tight. Bam. That one's in. I'm gonna get the back side. Again, I apologize for my arm being in the way. It's just hard to get this second one over here. And I really don't want to strip it. Okay. Well, that only takes forever. But I think we are good. Now it's finally time to clean out the system. I say finally because I ended up having to go get a ride, go pick up some more vinyl tubing. It's 3/8 inner diameter. I thought I had some, apparently I didn't. I lost it somewhere because I had to do this on the previous job when I replaced the line. So I'm gonna jump in, show you guys real quick. Like I said, it's not gonna be that dirty because I've been cycling new fluid in, but I'm gonna show you guys how I go about it. So right there, as you guys can see, it's around the nipple. I've got a hose clamp on there just in case, because there's quite a bit of pressure that still comes out of there and I just wanna be safe. And then down here is the reservoir. What you're gonna wanna do is pop that off, and then what I use is like a turkey baster, just kind of clean it out to get the old fluid out. I'm just gonna go ahead, fill it all the way to the top. I went and got 2 quarts of this Prestone power steering fluid. Now I'm just gonna do this for now until I can verify that there's no more leaks, and then we'll get the better stuff in it. But like I said, if you guys are doing this and trying to clean it out, it's got old fluid in it, turkey baster it out and then pump it full of new fluid, and then I'll show you guys the steps to clear it out. I've got the reservoir full of fresh fluid. Make sure to fill it to the top because you do not want this to go dry during this process, so just keep an eye on it. And after you've got your line hooked up, reservoir is full, fire the truck up. What we're gonna do is pump the brakes a few times, get it cycling through, maybe it's turn the steering wheel a few times, and then once it's for sure fresh fluid coming through, we know we're good to go. Now do this a few times, depending on how dirty your system is. You might have to do it a few more times. I almost burned through that whole quart over there of power steering fluid and my stuff was clean. So grab 2 just to be safe, but this is looking good and clean now. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this over here, get the line back on it, and then we can go test the brakes. So far so good with the power steering. It actually, when I was pulling it out of the shop, I should have been recording because it's a lot smoother. We didn't get a stoplight, so let's just hit the brakes. Oh, that is so much better. The guy behind me is gonna be pissed, but he'll understand. He's Ford people, whatever. Okay, now we got a stop sign. Just kind of push on him a little bit. Oh, wow. And it actually stops. It's not trying to push me through or anything. Yeah, so much smoother. So much smoother. All right, I'm extremely happy with that. To success, boys. I am so glad that that worked out. Having brakes is amazing. Now, I did notice that I am gonna have to flush the whole brake system itself, which is all right because we got brand new pads, rotors, calipers, brand new braided lines, everything. We got full brake upgrades that I'm gonna be doing here in the future. I've also got the CV axles and the thermostats, so just some standard maintenance to get done, but then we can start throwing all the mods at it. So if you guys are new to the channel, feel free to check that out. Also, YouTube seems to think you guys will like this video right here. So I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. We got plenty more videos to come. Have a great night.